Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to welcome you on behalf of the class of 2018, the Board of Education, our administrative staff, and faculty to the 49th annual commencement exercises of the Mid-Valley School District. Our program will open this evening with invocation by Monsignor Patrick Pratico from the Visitation of the Blessed Virgin Mary Church in Dixon City. If everyone will please remain standing through the singing of our national anthem.
O God, Almighty Father, we are gathered here this evening to ask you to bless this graduating class of Mid-Valley High School. You are the creator of the human mind and of all things visible and invisible. We thank you with this class for all they have come to know about your wonderful world and how to help make it a better place in which to live in your light and love. On behalf of those gathered here, family, friends, and educators, I ask that you would indeed continue to bless each of these graduates. Give them the grace to make a difference for the good wherever they may find themselves in the years ahead. For those who will pursue further education, grant the wisdom to apply their knowledge to life as it really is. For those going directly into the workforce, give a sense of what is right and good and appropriate in the often confusing issues of life. And for those leaving for military service, may they draw courage and strength from you. May they serve our country and all of humanity with integrity and honor. For all these graduates and the families of which they are a part, we ask that they make a significant contribution to the general welfare of society and the promotion of the common good. In the name of all other names, I pray through Christ our Lord.
At this time, may I present the President of the Class of 2018 to address the Class of 2019, Matthew Stinkevich.
Good evening, and welcome to the graduation of the Class of 2018, or as I would like to say, one of the best classes ever to walk out of the valley. After 2,340 days, it's finally here, graduation. Many of us have been wishing for this day for years, but now I imagine all of you are thinking it went by too fast. It's okay though, we entered Mid-Valley as a bunch of scared little kids, and we are leaving as young aspiring adults. Regardless of what we say, we are leaving our school with a great education and a strong foundation to build our future. As president of the class, I would like to thank our teachers who have pushed us to become who we are today. They have prepared us for life's challenges, and we are ready. Class of 2018, remember, you can overcome any adversity life throws at you. Well, classmates, our time here at Mid-Valley has ended, and now I would like to present to the class of 2019 the Flag of Excellency. This flag represents the achievements of the class of 2018 and all classes before us. Our many achievements stem from academics, arts, and athletics. We are proud of our excellence in every aspect, and hope you, the class of 2019, will take the pride we took to represent Mid-Valley and show your excellence to the world. Class of 2018, it's time we move on from Mid-Valley. Wherever life takes you, remember, you always have a couple 2-3 friends back home rooting for you. Good luck, everyone, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Ed. It is my honor and privilege to stand before you this evening to accept this flag and to help commemorate a very special group of individuals. For as long as I've known them, this class has been a force to reckon with. Many of these students I regard as my friends, and each of them have taught me valuable life lessons, such as how to cope with growing up or how to share the love endlessly. They have served as the driving force behind our school spirit, and their leadership has always been unmatched. Moving forward, my class will be sure to be courageous in each of our endeavors, following your legacy of making vital changes and making Mid-Valley a place that our students want to be. I can speak for my entire class when I say you've instilled academics, morals, and tolerance in each one of us. And these values will always be kept close to our hearts. As each of you turn this corner in your life, I encourage you to take full advantage of each opportunity that life brings your way, but to never forget your home here at Mid-Valley and all of the memories made here. I am so proud to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2018.
Our next speaker this evening is a member of the graduating class who has attained the second highest average, thereby attaining the distinction of class salutatorian. It is my honor to present to you Richard Chawana.
Good evening to the Board of Education, Administration, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. Tonight we are gathered here to celebrate the graduation of the Mid-Valley class of 2018. I am honored to be recognized as the salutatorian of the class. And, you know, it's funny. I look around and I realize that I started my high school career on the football field, so it's only fitting that I ended on here as well. I carry a very heavy burden on my shoulders as a salutatorian, though. I am the first loser. In all seriousness, no one on this field today is a loser. Everyone graduating this evening has plans to become the best person he or she can be. These students all have extremely diverse paths for the future. I am sure that everyone will be successful. For the past 180 days, we walked through the front doors at 7:40, except if you sang. Then you walked in at 8. And we left at 2:37. Our teachers taught us plenty of life lessons, moral values, and that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. As we continue forward in life with our newfound knowledge, new goals must be set. To quote Bo Jackson, set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. To the graduating class, don't stop till you get there. Don't stop until you've achieved all of your goals, whatever they may be. Times may become difficult, but you must push through. When everything seems like an uphill struggle, just think of the view from the top. Journey, the band, has urged us all to not stop believing and to hold on to that feeling. Do not stop believing in yourself or your dreams. Hold on to what you believe in. As long as you have the confidence and mindset to achieve your goals, you will be unstoppable. The only limits constraining you are the limits you set upon yourself. Break free from the shackles of fear, negativity, and pessimism. Do not settle for mediocrity. As long as you keep all of this in mind when you're moving forward, you will become the prominent leaders and role models you set out to be. The graduates here before you have untapped potential just waiting to be used. Don't stop until you've reached your potential. Don't stop till you get there, and hold on to that feeling, whatever it may be. God bless you all, God bless these graduates, and God bless America. Thank you.
Excellent job, Richard. The next speaker this evening is a member of the graduating class who has attained the highest average, thereby attaining the distinction of class valedictorian. It is with much pleasure that I present to you Priya Patel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Like Mr. Kovalevsky said, I am Priya Patel, and I humbly stand before you today as the valedictorian. My speech today does not reflect my life at Mid Valley, but all of ours as a family. For tonight, I will serve as the inner voice in your mind, the one that does not fear failure, the one that inspires you to chase your dreams, the one that most of us forget about until a night like this. We have spent 13 years at Mid Valley, coming to learn that this place is not only our school, but our home. It is where we all evolved from tiny kindergartners to the zealous teenagers we are now. We explored our passions amongst each other and found our place in the world. We learned our morals from our wonderful teachers and developed our humors based on our fears. It is where we molded ourselves into who we are today, so it's true what they say, you can never forget your roots. It's the oldest story in the world. One day you're 17 and planning for someday, and then quietly, without you ever really noticing, someday is today, and that someday is yesterday, and this is your life. Nathan Scott from One Tree Hill. Keeping this in mind, it is important to realize how big of a role time plays in our lives. Some of us grew up fast, taking on more responsibilities than usual at a young age. Others stayed dependent on teachers and parents for longer. But if we look at it now, are any of us actually grown up? Is grown up even a proper term? After all, we do have the ability to grow as a person until our last breath. The world is limitless for that reason. I have 6 phones here today, under the podium. Hopefully none of them start ringing, but I want to begin with this bulky landline phone. I'm sure many of you remember using these when we were very young. It was paired with most of our slow dial-up internet speeds, in which we weren't able to use the internet and make a call at the same time. These phones were the precursor to the technologically advanced era, having one of only the most basic functions. The next big thing were flip phones. Most of our first phones. They were known for their blurry pictures, one button that took the place of 3 letters, and their brick-like qualities, which never allowed them to break. We were appreciative of the mobility the phones gave us. This is the slide phone. These are the next step up from flip phones. These phones gave us the ability to text easily and access more applications. Next, I have the iPhone 3GS. They are really the beginning of the smartphone era. This introduced a touch phone display with the best technology yet, allowing internet access, apps, and a higher quality camera than ever before. Here, I have the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 brought numerous advancements, including the fingerprint touch, the flashlight, and the GPS. And now, the iPhone 10. It is the most recent phone with Face ID, Super Retina HD display, and a lightweight, water-resistant structure. With each phone, we saw change, we saw improvement. Just like how in each stage of our lives, we changed and improved. We learned to expand our mindsets, take on a wider perspective, and passionately embrace what we are made of. The evolution of cell phones, which I know everyone can relate to, is analogous to the evolution of us as students. We started as dependent children with no knowledge. We gained independence and learned to create friendships on our own. We expanded our interests and improved from year to year so much that we bloomed into unique, intelligent individuals with a purpose in life. We took our passions and worked hard to be the best we possibly could be, leading to this day where we are all at our peak. We are experienced, we are motivated, we are educated, and today we stand here with our entire lives in front of us. We are iPhone 10s as of now, but imagine how far we still have to go. Who would have thought that from landline phones would arise the iPhone 10, and who would have thought that our kindergarten selves would accomplish so much and make it to where we are tonight. Steve Jobs, the creator of the iPhone, said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's lives. Don't be trapped by a dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become." Keep this in mind as you continue in your future endeavors. There is much that each of you has already accomplished, and there is still so much waiting to be accomplished. Don't let conformity influence you, and don't let adversity discourage you. But most importantly, don't forget the importance of family, friends, and mentors as our new journey begins. They have been the motivation behind our success, the inner voice that has kept us going all of these years. My words today represent the words of wisdom that I've accumulated from my parents, friends, teachers, and advisors. I would like to thank my parents for raising me, loving me, and always supporting me. My sister for being my role model since I was a little girl. I want to thank my amazing friends who stood by me through everything. My teachers and coaches for guiding me on the right path, and Mr. Kovalevsky, Mrs. Higgins, and Mrs. Ronco for never letting me settle for anything less than the moon. Also, I want to thank Mr. Galley for making sure I always strive to uphold my 6th grade nickname, Perfect Priya. Thank you all for being my inner voice. So today, let your inner voice, me, tell you that there's no destination you cannot reach, and there's no feat you cannot accomplish. I will leave you with one question. Will you allow your inner voice to lead you to the undiscovered territories of your dreams? Congratulations to the class of 2018, and good luck in your future endeavors. Our family will forever be in my heart. Thank you.
Great job, Rick. I'm very pleased to introduce to you our guest speaker for the 49th commencement exercises of Mid-Valley School District, Mr. Jamie Liberulo. Mr. Liberulo is a graduate of the Mid-Valley Kindergarten graduating class of 1982. He was a member of the National Honor Society, a mentor in the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and captained 3 varsity sports while attending Mid-Valley High School. Mr. Liberulo is a proud graduate of the 25th graduating class of Mid-Valley High School back in 1994. After graduation, he attended Lycoming College and attained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology and Elementary Education in 1998. Mr. Liberulo returned to Mid-Valley in the fall of 1998 as a 3rd grade teacher and currently holds the position of elementary STEM teacher and is currently completing his 19th year teaching in our district. He is a member of the session of the First United Presbyterian Church of Hector. Mr. Liberulo is the son of James and Ann Liberulo of Oliphant. He is the grandson of James Liberulo Sr., who was a former teacher, principal, and school board member of our district. Mr. Lip, as we so endearingly call him, resides in Peckville with his beautiful wife Jill, a third grade teacher in our elementary center, and their three sons, James, Kyle, and Gabriel. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Jamie Labrullo.
Good evening, Board of Education, administration, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2018. You have no idea how honored I am to have the opportunity to teach the graduating class their final lesson as students of our school. Congratulations, Priya and Chooch. You're going to be a tough act to follow. I'm very proud of both of you. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I normally don't answer my phone. And if, according to Priya's terms, I'd probably be about an iPhone 37 or so. Actually, once in the middle school, I removed the phone from the wall, not so gently, because it kept interrupting my class. When I saw Mr. Tobolewski's name on my caller ID, I wasn't going to answer, but he never called me, so for some reason I picked it up. After a few minutes of conversation, he told me that the class chose me as their speaker and asked if I'd accept. Like anyone not looking to be so desperate, I told him I'd get back to him later in the day. Thankfully, he answered his phone, and that's how I ended up here. On June 12, 1994, I graduated with honors from the Mid-Valley High School. It was the day of the infamous white Bronco chase on that California highway with O.J. Simpson inside. It was also the day that thunderstorms at about 4:30 p.m. moved graduation and everything from this field into the auditorium in record time. Quite a crazy day. It was a day that set off 112 seniors into the world to do great things. Afterwards, my friends came to my house, ate pizza, and we went swimming. I remember it like it was yesterday, but unfortunately, I have no recollection of who the speaker was. I don't remember one bit of what he said. I pulled several of my peers, and they have no clue what happened at their graduation either. That's when I realized that I have to try to make a connection with my words tonight, so at least you remember who the bald guy speaking to you was. But if you don't, I definitely won't be offended. No matter what you choose to do, or where you decide to go, there are a few things you might want to take with you. There will be many more good days than bad in your life, but if you haven't found it yet, you're going to need some inner strength. You're going to have to push yourself to the limits, both physically and mentally, at some point to achieve a goal. For some of you, unfortunately, it may happen more often than not. Coach Pagetta, my Spartan football coach, called it G&D. He taught me that I was going to have to be constructively criticized in the film room after games for what I needed to improve in my games. And if improvements weren't made, it was going to be more of the same the next week in the film room. Now I can accept criticism as a personal challenge to better myself. I suggest you learn to do the same. He also stressed to all of us that if we wanted to be champions, we needed to be accountable to the team, because team is what it takes. Be accountable to those important people in your life. Luckily for me, my inner strength was something that came within my name. The name Liparulo, carried by my grandfather, survived Omaha Beach on D-Day invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944. There isn't anything in my life that could be remotely close to what my grandfather saw that day. There is no obstacle tougher that I can face that compares to getting off that beach. I have no excuse in my life to give up, surrender, or think a task is too difficult. I have the name of Liparulo to carry with pride. And fortunately for me, I have 3 sons that will do the same. Find strength in your classmate, Ralph Morris. One moment in time changed his life, which seemed to be for the worst. When I met Ralph, I have to admit, part of me felt sorry for him. I thought to myself, what is this kid going to do? Then,
he started asking me questions non-stop. For the entire class period, for about 45 days straight. Maybe I should have started feeling sorry for myself. Now he's leading fundraising efforts to provide advanced rehab technology at Allied Services. If you need a little motivation to get you out of bed someday, think about that. Think about Ralph. Hey Ralph, I heard you voted for me to be the speaker tonight. I admire your strength. Thank you. But please, no more questions. I encourage you to find something about yourself or someone you love that will motivate you to will yourself to get through the difficult days, decisions, and problems in your life. Go over or around challenges. Don't turn your back and run from them. Always surround yourself with great people. People that care who you are, not what you are. People that you can call at any moment for their help, and they won't hesitate to come running. Those that you can be out of touch with for years, but when you reunite, it seems like you spoke to them yesterday. Look for people like Mr. Schultes. I had the pleasure of teaching him and coaching him when he was in high school, and now he's going to become one of my best friends. Quick with the joke, and always motivated. Seek out friends like Coach Abda. We often trade stories about how crazy life is with 3 children, but we both wouldn't change a thing. We've all gained something from the Riders basketball program that has taken us on the past several years. Sometimes the best people to be around are the ones that listen more than they say. When my good friend Mr. Galley says something, it's worth hearing, and he always tells it like it is. Many of you probably have fond memories with my good friend Coach Piercy, one of the most professional people that I know. Although each of them have individual greatness to share, their commonality is that they all care about our students and everyone in our school. Find a friendship like Kayla and Callie have. I can't believe they're not allowed to sit next to one another tonight. Life gets a little easier and a little more enjoyable when quality people are beside you. And hopefully, if you decide to spend forever with someone, you get as lucky as I have. Mid-Valley gets the credit for that also, since I met my wife Jill next door when she was a substitute teacher here. At the right time in your life, dedicate yourself to helping others. Obviously, there are many things in the upcoming years that you need to work on personally. Those are important to get you started on your way. But trust me, you will truly start living when you dedicate your life to doing good things for other people. The first 24 years of my life were all about me. They were good years, with many accomplishments, but I have to say that the last 17 have been very fulfilling. I've literally been able to grow with thousands of students like yourselves and experience so many wonderful moments. I've been able to share my gifts with other people, and it's brought true joy to my heart. Liz Getty, a member of this year's graduating class, took some time during Teacher Appreciation Week to email the faculty and staff, thanking us for everything we've done for her. Gratitude is something that often doesn't make it to the top of our priority list these days, but it certainly makes a difference. So while I have the platform, I'm going to speak for all of the other faculty members here in our school that read that email list, because you're the type of student that teachers enjoy seeing on their class list, and thank you for setting an example for your peers. If you haven't noticed the last few years, I've taken the t-shirts to try to motivate students and staff, make them believe in yourself, practice like a champion, trust the process, whatever it takes, Spartan Nation. The goal that I've had is to reinforce what I've known for decades. Mid-Valley is a wonderful place for students to thrive. The opportunities in a public education setting are endless if you apply yourself and you have a relentless work ethic. You can't say the word or the phrase work ethic in the presence of this class and not mention my man J.J. Glinsky. If you don't know how much time you put in the gym, it's because you did most of it while you were asleep. And his hat collection is pretty impressive. I'm going to go out on a limb, way out there, and say if I worked that hard in '94, I'd be giving my Pro Football Hall of Fame speech in the fall.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get you to remember something I said. As for all of you, I hope your journey at Mid-Valley will help you to be able to choose who and what you want to be when you grow up. I'm excited for you and can't wait to hear all of your stories. Mateo, I was thrilled to hear you're pursuing music education like your dad. It seems like yesterday, Mr. Lopez and I were at the NEIU dancing as partners at new teacher induction. It's crazy what you'll do to attain tenure as a teacher. And they weren't playing 76 trombones. True story. Every teacher knows that all good lessons need closure. I promised myself that if I ever got this opportunity, I would only use one person's words in summation. It's a fact that Mr. Jerry Dempsey is hands down the best teacher that ever walked the halls, of Mid-Valley. I'm going to try my best to paraphrase some of his words of wisdom. Many times we have conversations about different things for extended periods of time. We have several different thoughts going through our mind as we are trying to process what one another are trying to say. If we have somewhere to go or something to do, we often have no idea minutes later what we're even discussing, especially if you have 3 children. It's true. As someone crosses the threshold to leave is when we focus and say what matters the most. When we are leaving is when we listen to that last bit of information so that we remember what was talked about. It's time to cross the threshold, everyone. You're leaving, I'm staying, they can't get rid of me. Remember, Mr. Lip was your graduation speaker. We love you. Class dismissed. Thank you, Mr. Liberalo. The next part of our program this evening is something very special and unique in nature. Born in 1915, John Paul Tomshow left school after the 9th grade when his father passed away and he had to go to work and help provide for his family. He was the oldest of 5 children and would have graduated from Alton High School back in 1933. John was drafted into the United States Army in 1943 and served his country in the Pacific Theater of Operations during World War II. He served with honor until 1946 and attained the rank of Staff Sergeant. At this time, we'd like to call to the stage Mr. James Tomshow, son of John Paul Tomshow. On behalf of the Mid-Valley School District, it is with tremendous pride that we present to you an honorary diploma for your father, John Paul Tomshow. Congratulations. We've now come to the point of the program which everyone has been patiently awaiting. It's truly an honor for me to introduce to you the members of the graduating class of 2018. May I kindly ask the audience to hold their applause until all the students have received their diplomas. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Superintendent of the Mid-Valley School District, Mr. Patrick Sheehan, who will come forward to present the members of the class of 2018 their diplomas. Kiana Lee Williams. Catherine Wilson. Dallas Valendi. Shalishka Marie Gonzalez Arroyo. Mia Lynn Pavelski. Lindsay Marie Medrick. Nicole Sokoloska. Emily Marie Sikevich. Lauren Owens. Erica Lopez. Anthony Nicholas Coleman. Alex Von Weinstein. Curtis Melaninsky. Mario Vincent Benacci. Austin Keegan. Jeffrey Leo Buck. Christian Heffron. Tyler Yazdick. Roy A. Probst. Robert J. Callis, Jr. Nicole Kalinowski. Lindsay Marusha.
Yeah.
Mia Elizabeth Castellano. Hope Barrett. Abigail Eileen Foley. Krista Mazer. Haley Lynn Bondi. Danae Olivia Smith. Kayla Space. Jamie Kane. Matthew David Stankiewicz. Jake Sullivan. John Keynes. Matthew Neiman. John J. O'Connor. Colin James Shearer. Matthew Minner. Daniel J. Schmidt. John Robbins III. Matthew Wilkham. Mark Molesky. Cheyenne Chelsea Cortazar. Sarah Lynn Johnson. Caitlin Griggs. Kayla Richter. Rachel Norris Mosa. Kayla Jean Fulton. Nicole Norris Mosa. Callie Bree Millay. Michaela Maria Bennett. Vanessa Nicole Mazer. Mateo C. Lopez. Frank Ryan Tanana. Daniel Alexander Burrier. Nathan Rollins. Jason Klein. Nicholas Gabriel Borgacci. Hunter Penn. Joshua Christian Broquesa Alfaro Hennefort. Robert Riley. Jordan Seven. Christian Gonzalez. Samantha Jankowski. Corey Dolores Kazmaier. Darian Perez. Madeline Ashton Christine Pagula. Alicia Nicole Angelo. Selena Christina Olmido. Nicole Jolie Fernandez. Alexia David. Olivia Nicole Prasky. Gianna Maria Manzo. David Andrew Slackish. Alexander Sirfox. Omar Preto. Zachary J. Simflo. Sean King. Donald Edward Hartman III. Christian Reese. Archie Cologne. Dimitri Reese. John Zader. Joseph Colino. Haley Nicole Selensky. Abby Elaine Hill. Jessica Lee Crank. Delia Ann Vasquez. Carissa Rose Kalinowski. Logan Lee DeSanto. Elizabeth Ketty. Haley Elizabeth Ray. Devin Seifert. Anton J. Dragonstein. DeAndre W. Lloyd. John Galinsky. Michael Fedorka. Brian Young. Ralph Raymond Morris IV. Stephen Anthony DeSantis. Damian Gary. Trevor Michael Hinders. Matthew Matassa. Richard Joseph Chawani. Priya Rajendra Patel. Let's have a round of applause for the class of 2018. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Sheehan, who will certify the diplomas. Will the members of the graduating class please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, the recipients of the diplomas this evening have fulfilled all the requirements recommended by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and mandated by the Mid-Valley School District. Therefore, as the superintendent of the Mid-Valley School District,
I now certify these diplomas. Congratulations, class of 2018, and congratulations, Richard and Priya. I'm not sure how much you thought about this or not, but you are among some of the first high school graduates to have completed their entire education during the 21st century. Since each of you were born, the world has experienced some extremely remarkable times. Since each of you were born, the world has experienced some extremely trying times. You were born into the information age. You are quote-unquote millennials, and you are products of globalization, as the experts call it. You have access to almost anything and everything instantaneously. You have been granted powers that none of us have ever dreamed we would see. Because of this, you have a tremendous opportunity in front of you. Your teachers have educated you, they've inspired you, and they've empowered you to do great things. Your parents, grandparents, or other family members may have told you that the times are different now than they were back then. They are correct, times are different. Some of those differences are good, some not so good. It's now your job to help create more of the good. And while on the topic of your parents and family, please be sure to thank them again. Thank them for being your very first teachers. Thank them for supporting you when you needed it the most. Thank them for being your biggest fans. Thank them for the personal sacrifices they may have made to make your life a little bit easier. And most importantly, thank them for their love. As I was saying, times are different. So my question tonight, what will you do during these different times to make our world a better place? Will you continue your education to stay ahead of these changing times? Will you educate the next generation? Will you join the armed forces or law enforcement to help ensure a safe and peaceful world? Will you go into the workforce to help advance our economy? Will you create works of art that others can admire? Will you design and build something new and innovative? Will you run for public office so your voice is heard and the voice of others? Will you discover a cure for a disease that doesn't even exist yet? I can go on and on, but these are the opportunities in front of you. And the question is, what will you do? The possibilities are endless, and the choice is yours to make. Whatever it is you decide to do the absolute best you can, and enjoy doing it. In the meantime, please remember to be kind to each other. Have empathy, smile, enjoy life. I know that we have prepared you as best we could for these changing times. I am so very proud of what you have accomplished thus far, and I'm looking forward to hearing about all the great things you're doing. Thank you, and again, my sincerest congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now met the class of 2018. Please rise and join the graduates in their final performance in Mid-Valley as they sing our alma mater. If everyone will please remain standing as we call back to the podium Monsignor Patrick Pratico, who will offer benediction. Monsignor.
And may God strengthen you and bring your dreams and life work to completion. May hope accompany your journey for the days to come. May God's abiding presence be with you all the days of your life. Amen.
Thank you, Monsignor. I'm now throwing a curveball at the class, so just bear with me, okay? As a reminder, we ask everyone to remain in the stands until the last graduate has left the field. But before we begin the recessional, I would like to address the graduates one last time. And I promise I'll make it real brief. Each of you has a dream, a heart's desire. It calls to you, and when you're brave enough to listen and bold enough to pursue, that dream will lead you on a journey to discover who you're meant to be. All you have to do is look inside your hearts and unlock the potential within inside of yourself. And so your journey in Mid-Valley has come to an end, but your life journey continues. Grab hold of your dreams and make them come true, for you are the only one who has the key to unlocking your own potential. Now go, let your dreams guide you, and find your path on this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce you to our newest alumni, the graduating class of 2018.